Hello guys and welcome to another video. This time I want to bring a little bit of like top 5 guess best gods on support and his underbuilds. Um this is gonna be of course based on my opinion of my experience of playing comp and also rank. So I think these 5 gods, and also I'm gonna add like a honorable mention. Um these gods should make you win more rank games. Like, for example, Kepri is not on this list. I think Kepri is not gonna make you win rank games. If you like Kepri, that's totally fine. But like, if you wanna win more, if you wanna play the meta, you should play these characters. In my opinion, I think all these characters give you more chances of winning more. And again, not only in your rank games, I also think these gods in comp are super good. They're super good, all 5 of them. But I think I'm gonna start with the honorable mention, and it's gonna be Aphrodite. The only reason I don't put this one in the top 5 is because on rank, the people don't play around you, so it's like kind of hard to actually make this character work. I think the bases are pretty simple though, but like if your team is not like helping you in terms of like you want to link somebody or you want to like pocket somebody, um to like make them unkillable and like the win condition in the game, if your team is not playing around you, you are gonna feel super weak. So yeah, the certain items, the certain item for this god is gonna be Sons of Time. This is kind of the only character that uses Sons of Time with Wanju. I think this starter item is actually quite bad because it lost like the extra damage on minions, but it's still good because it's cooldown rate and mana regen. That is something that you really want on a character like Aphrodite. So this is gonna be your starter item, and you are gonna start with this, and then you're just gonna have your 3 health potions, and you're gonna have a shell. And your final starter item, of course, is gonna be Pendulum, and your first item is gonna be Chronospin. I'm gonna ask me, why are you going a damage item on support first? Isn't that kind of troll? Do you not want to be tanky? And I'm gonna answer you that question already. The only reason this character is good is because they're cooldowns. You wanna have your ultimate as soon as possible. You wanna have your healing as soon as possible. And this first item, your power spike, whenever you have Sons of Time Chronospendant, makes you able to pretty much solo a carry. If you full combo, if you're of course linked to your ADC and you stun all three somebody, that's like more than half their HP, and it should be a kill unless like they beat their ages. So this power spike is super insane. I recommend it a lot. You just have to like remind yourself, oh, I'm not tanky, but you know, I have this skill potential more, and I also have my ultimate as soon as possible because I have 25 cooldown rate plus the passive of like losing one ability cooldown every 10 seconds. So like it's really really nice. And this is like the whole point of this character, Aphrodite. You just want the cooldown, which is pretty much kind of like one you. Um, you want cooldown to be useful. Like you being tanky is not gonna make you win the game. Your cooldowns is gonna make you win the game. Okay, so that's literally gonna be the whole build. It's around cooldown. Like you should go breastplate here usually because you know it usually go against physical ADCs, and of course they have Guardian. But you usually go against physical ADCs. The younger it's usually physical, so you just go breastplate. It also helps you with like whenever you lose health, you get more ability cooldowns too in the passive. So it's like really really nice. The only change I will like instead of this item that I would put here will be the next item, but only if you're bursting a double magical dual lane. Let's say they have Bacchus Nut or they have Sylvanus Soul. that's a double magical dual lane. So if that's the case, you go Genji's first and then breastplate. Like you're just swapping spots depending on the match. On just like this is the standard build. These three items are gonna be standard build. Just like be aware of like what are you facing and what type of damage they're dealing to you. So like in case you go against double magical, don't build breastplate because you are gonna die. Like you have no prots against them. Okay, so be super aware of that. And then your fourth item is gonna be the reworked hardwood. This item was super insane before we work. It was this item made Aphrodite an S plus character, with the old passive. Now the new passive is kind of just like, whatever. I have more healing on use. Like all the star healing you do, you heal your teammates. But the important thing about this item and why you're building is because you get 20% less cooldowns on your healing abilities, which is gonna be your tree. And that's like literally the main reason. Once you have these four items, you can pretty much ult on cooldown. You can literally use your cooldown to your ult poke. You can ult any CC, anything, and you just be pressing 3, 3, 3, and 3 to get your ultimate back because your birds reduce your cooldown on your abilities, including your ultimate. So once you have this, you can just ult on cooldown. Don't save it like ever. Like you just press it. Okay, you just be pressing it. One sec. I needed to answer something for my team. And then your next item, it's gonna be upgraded shell of rebuke. And your last item, it's gonna be the world stone. This item, while we build in Shell of Rebuke, is one of the best items in the game as a support. You're gonna be seeing this item in pretty much all my builds, unless I don't think there's an exception actually. I think you'll be seeing this item with all my builds. It's just gonna change like the positioning. Like maybe somebody in some gods I could build it first, in some gods I could build it second, etc. etc. And then the last item is going to be World Stone, so you get 30% cooldown of your ultimate ability. It's again, it's another damage item, but why are you using it? For the cooldown. The cooldown of your ultimate, you ult like almost every 30 seconds, every 20 seconds, like your ultimate is pretty much another ability. And this is what makes Aphrodite like OP. But again, you need your team to play around you, so I recommend to play this character if you're like a duo queue, even a trio queue. You play with your team as you tell them, yo, come with me, I'm gonna make you unkillable. Or you can even do this in rank and try to use the voice chat a lot. Yo, let me link to you, I'm gonna make you unkillable. Come here. Because I don't think this character is hard, but your team sometimes makes it look hard. And then your relic, after you get shell, it's gonna be ageless. So you should be low key unkillable once you are full built. I think this character is probably the best character in the game once you reach the spot. There's an Aphrodite video that I made a couple weeks ago. I think I was Aphrodite with an Upwatch. Sam Pratt was my Upwatch mid, and he dropped like 100k damage just because I was making him the win condition. Like we were literally like 2v5 at some point, and we killed them all. So yeah, this character can be super OP, but it's not gonna be at the top 5 just because you need your team to work around you. So if you want a solo climb, the next gods are gonna be what you want to see. Okay, I think I don't want to put an order on them because I think there's definitely better characters. Like I think, for example, Sylvanus is on this list, but I don't think he's like the top one god. I think I'm gonna save that for later. I think I'm gonna put the top one as my opinion on there. So I'm actually gonna start with Sylvanus. I'm gonna put him in top 5. I think he's a really solid character and he can make you win a lot of games. You can go to starter items on this god, depending on how aggressive do you want to be. I think Boomba's Hammer, Boomba's Cudgel into Boomba's Hammer, of course, later is a solid option. It gives you like super good early game. The thing is, like, you're super squishy and your lane could be bad because you usually, like, why you're bursting usually when you're Sylvanus, you're bursting Stoics, you're bursting Barons, you're bursting, I don't know, Yemoja, Cerberus, Horus, you're bursting all that. What can help you mitigate all that CC and damage? It's gonna be Selfness. Selfness, the shield. Once they CC you, it's actually really nice. Helps you like mitigate the early game pretty easily. Uh, and our first item, we're gonna start with the health. Where's the health one? The health one. Um, Selfness is cheaper than our starter items like Conduit or um, Bluestone, so you are able to get a chalice do multiple potions. It's actually really nice to go Selfness, usually because your sustain is super good. Like, this sustain should make you unkillable in lane if you just don't get bursted at once and you're really of shell. I don't recommend going Sunder, like, ever, like never. Don't go Sunder. Like, if you are playing sport and you're going Sunder, you're pretty much trolling. You don't really need to go Sunder at all. Like, the kill potential on it is like okay, but like your laning phase is gonna be better just if you have Phantom Shell. And you can already, like, the main reason of going Shell is because you can get the upgrade. You can get the Shell of Rebuke later. So that's why we're going it like on every god, okay? So of course the start item is gonna be heroism. And our first item is gonna be where's it? Health. Heal. Okay, health. And our first item is like, I think 80% of 90% of your games it should be this item. There's times where you can go another items like Eye of Providence. Like, Eye of Providence first on Sylvanus feels super good, but I think your first item, like 80 of 90% of your games, should be Hexstone. Why? It makes you reposition yourself and also play aggressively. But the main reason is definitely reposition yourself. Why? If you go into Sobek and you get blocked, you should be dead. If you go against Baron and you get ulted, you should be dead. If the team is using 3 or 4 ults on you, if you're getting Kraken, if you're getting, like, there's so many different reasons of like why you are gonna die. And this saves you. This pretty much saves you and also lets you play aggressively. So it's like the solid option. Also, the 10 cooldown rate helps you because you're Sylvanus. So I really appreciate that cooldown rate and, you know, max health and some health regen. So I think this should be your first item, like 90% of your games, unless they have no CC, no kill potential on you, like the enemy team's rolling. Like, I guess you can go this item and it's not bad. I actually think this Eye of Providence item, it's pretty good. It also, it's a goal funneling because whenever you break an award, you get extra 50 gold. So you get 100 gold for every ward you destroy, and the stats are also pretty good. So I really like that one. And I think your first item should usually be Rigorous Striders. Um, why? Because the movement speed that it gives you makes you like catch up to people and like also, escape if you need to. Like, this extra movement speed that it gives you, it's like super insane. I really like this one. It's also another cooldown rate item and some mana regen that is super appreciated on a character as Sylvanus that is just spamming abilities on cooldown. So I really like Rigorous Striders. Unless they have magical dual lane, again, this follows like the same logic. If they have a double magical dual lane, let's say again like Nod and Yemoja, you should probably be rushing this item, Gargoyle. And then your next item, is actually gonna be a super flex, because if you tap and you see that the enemy has Aegis, if the enemy mid laner is a Poseidon, no mobility, Aegis, I think you should be going this item. Scepter of Dominion. Not sure if everybody knows like what this item does, but it creates a zone that put gods on stasis. The stasis zone lasts for 2 seconds, and they cannot take damage on it, but they are stunned for 2 seconds pretty much. What helps you with this? It literally just helps your pool be free. You can pull people off the stasis mode, and they're gonna be stunned. They're literally not gonna move. You pull them, you ult them, you want them, and they should be dead. Especially if they are a non-mobility character. There's like a Poseidon, a Vulcan, a Janus, things like this that cannot just like jump it. This is gonna catch a lot of people off guard, and it's super useful. It makes you do a lot of cool plays, and I really recommend it. Just if like you see that the enemy team has a bunch of Aegises, like this is literally the best item you can go in this slot. You're not gonna be having Shell of Rebuke just because you will have these reactive items. So it's like you cannot get another one. So that will be unlucky. But you know, if they have bits, instead of going Scepter of Dominion, we are gonna put him. We're gonna put it here, optional, and we're just gonna have the Shell of Rebuke. We are gonna have an Aegis. I recommend going Aegis on almost every character unless you're super aggressive. On support, like going Aegis is not bad. Like I know it seems like the I'm scared, but like it's good. It's good. And then your fifth item is gonna be even more cooldown. And then your last item is gonna be Mantle of Discord. Mantle of Discord got a buff because it didn't have any prots. It had like dampening cooldown, but now it has 35%. No, 30%, not 35 physical protections and 35 magical protections of each. Very insane, as well as 15 tenacity. So like this one, it should be a must item on almost every support on your last item. I think this item is super good, so can definitely be built in. And then again, Freya Stairs is just a good golden item. You can flex it to like if they have a lot of CC, if they're like killing you of one stun, I guess you can Spear Rope. That's not bad. Or if you think that you just really need to be more tanky, Draconic Scales is also good. Like if you're taking a lot of damage for like let's say like one Merlin is just beating you up, like you can go Draconic Scales and it's good. But I think this should be like the right build. You cannot go wrong with this. If you're feeling cocky, if you're feeling like you're doing whatever you want, you can also go Blink here instead of like the Aegis after you get your shell. And that should be pretty right. Now we are gonna go with the next one. Next one, in my opinion, is Scylla by Scylla. It's Scylla aspect, of course. The pressure on lane on this character makes you win like 90% of the lanes. Like no matter what you're facing, if you're scared, like if you're scared of like a Horus, if you're scared of like Yemoja, if you're scared of this and that, like it doesn't really matter. It's gonna win your pressure. Why? Because you are a conduit character. The conduit makes you clear the wave pretty much by yourself. Like the wave is gonna be 1 HP after you use your 2 on the first wave, and same as the second wave. Like the wave is literally gonna be 1 HP. All that your ADC needs to do is walk up. If he's an Anhur, he impels, the wave is clear. If he's a Hoyi, he wants it, the wave is clear. Like it's super easy to just play this character and just like win pressure for your ADC super easily. And we are gonna have tier 1 health over here and a chalice because you don't have money for more. This is your starting items. Maybe start item, but I don't recommend going this like don't upgrade it till you have final build. The upgrade of this is not worth it. It's more valuable to have your 6 items instead of like upgrading this. Like even if you are 20, I don't recommend upgrading it till you have full build. Okay. And your first item is completely different than any other support because you want to have some extra mana and health, and you play, it's a different type of playstyle where you are not like super tanky but you are like super annoying. Like you walk up one to somebody, and even if you get poke, you just dash out and then heal again because you have some extra health regen per second, just because the Jogi's necklace passive. um So like this is again, it's a different playstyle, but it's like super oppressive. Like you can solo the ADC, you can like try to invade jungle and solo the enemy jungler. You can pretty much solo anybody as soon as you hit your abilities, and you just have to be Ness. I think that's the word. Um, Then your next item is gonna be cooldown. Again, it's gonna be a, like low-key another cooldown build, like we showed the Afro. This should be your items, and again, if you want to swap it because they have double magical dual lane, you can swap it. But this is how you build it. Against the Scylla aspect does more damage whenever you're building mana. I'm pretty sure max mana if you have extra mana. Your ult is gonna be doing extra damage. Again, if you are playing this character, you should be ulting on cooldown. Like whenever you have it, you charge it, because this is how you charge it. It's hidden abilities, or over time you get like a little rage, I guess we can call it. So whenever you have it, is okay. I 2-1 ult the enemy ADC, and if he doesn't beats or ages, he's gonna get super poke, and you're gonna be getting stacks of your ultimate that makes your ult damage scale infinitely. Like it's an infinite damage scaling as long as you are hitting your ultimate. So I think it's super impressive. I have a couple videos on Scylla. I haven't played it in a long time outside of like scrims, but it's still super good. I play it in rank a lot. It's super good. Like it's just a super top tier character, and I think it's a rank stomper too, because you get away with a lot of things. Then we're gonna get the Shell Rebuke. This one is kinda early, and then your Aegis, and then a little more cooldown. And I recommend going Hexstone last or 5th. Why Hexstone? Because if you are dashing in a lot, you need definitely a way out, or especially if you are against an Willix, this is your way out, because you cannot really dash out, right? This is your way out. You Hexstone out of like the Willix, and if you feel like you're doing a lot, it's also this is also I recommend instead of Hexstone. Like if you feel like you're hard carrying a game, you go upgraded Aegis. Just get a bit here, okay? And what you're gonna do is you dash in, full combo somebody, Aegis. You're gonna have your cooldowns back. Dash out, or like keep fighting to chase. You can dash in again. You can also do this, and we are gonna have our Hexstone here as secondary item. Yeah, so this is gonna be our secondary items. It's yeah, you can just swap this for Aegis or Hexstone. I think it's really good. But this should be like the base build. Like these three items are like the core build. Like once you have just these 3 items, you should feel like you're unkillable. Or I wouldn't say unkillable, you're super annoying, and you're like, this is like the strongest point of playing this character. Late game, you fall off a little bit. Like I think Sylvanus is gonna do more than you because he's tankier, because he can pull people and heal their teammates, for example. But I think if you are super stumping a game, like you just end the game in like 20 minutes. If you are playing well with this build. So let's go into the next one, and the next one it's gonna be Yemoja. This character is still super insane. Like this character has been good for years. It's been good. It's been like one of the guests like, of the best gods on Smite 1, and it's gonna stay that way. But why don't you see it a lot of your rank games? Ask me. Because people is just not good at it. But I wanna invite you to get good at this god. If you're a super main, I invite you to get good at this god. Practice a lot, and you're gonna notice how you have a lot of impact compared to like if you're playing an Ashe or if you're playing Capri or if you're playing Gap. You just have like your impact on this character. It's completely different than the impact of playing any backline character. Like you don't wait. You are pretty much the hyper carry sometimes when you're playing this character. And our starter item is gonna enable us to do why? Because we're Bluestone. We're gonna be doing a bunch of damage with one spam. I even recommend, for example, I'm gonna do a little like leveling. You put points on your one. How do I do this? One. Actually, I've never done this before. Clear. Oh, there we go. Okay, so your level one, of course, is gonna be your one, right? This is how you start. You one in base, so you can have your stun. You only use one stun, one bubble on purple, and then you hold your Omi, and then you play the mid bush on dual lane. Once the enemy ADC or support are crossing to the wave, you just hit them. Yeah, you go on them. You stun them, you want them, and you stun them again. You should have enough Omi to do that. Okay. Once you do that, they either have to beats or Aegis or Shell, or they're dead. If your ADC is hitting them, they should be dead. This is the impact of this character, and then on level 2, of course, you get your 3, and then you go your 1 again. You don't go your 2 here, because you really want the damage on your 1. It's like super, super valuable. And then, once you hit level 4, we are gonna save point here. We are saving a point here. And then, at level 5, you get your 1 again and your ult, and you're gonna be like, why are you saving point and not leveling your 2? Your 2 is useless. I'll be honest. Like your 2 at level 1 is not gonna it's gonna heal for like 20. Like at that point, just use your auto attacks. Your auto attacks heal. So like don't use your shield. It's actually just useless. And you put 3 points on your 1, level your ultimate at level 5, and then once you reach the level 6, you can level your 2. That's completely fine. But again, the pressure of this character is super, super insane. We're gonna go with health Q1 plus the chalice, health potion, and shell. This is your start items. You do a lot of damage with this. Of course, you're gonna have the Bluestone upgrade, and I like going cooldown, but it's a different type of cooldown in this build. I just don't go breastplate and Genjis. It's Hexstone. I really like going Hexstone, and then because there's a lot of characters that put you out of position. Okay, like it's like Barons, there's like Sobex, there's like stuff like that are gonna put you out of position, and you're not really safe into those. I'll be honest, but once you have this, you have 10 cooldown, and you're super safe. You have some health. You can use it offensively. It's super good. Like Hexstone is a super, super good for like these non-mobile supports. And then the second item, it's gonna be something that I recommend if you have confidence in this character. You don't do this. It's crazy, but like if you think, okay, I'm getting good at this character, you're gonna go Deso second, okay? And this refreshes your Omi whenever you get an assist or a kill, which is super insane. Like you don't understand how insane this is. You also have some intelligence, and by some I mean 100 intelligence. So your damage is insane. You are just soloing people. You have no defense though. You have no defense though, but you're like low key an assassin. You are just another assassin that is just murdering people because your damage is insane in the game. So you don't need to be tanky because you are killing them. Like, I know that sounds crazy, but like, you don't need to be tanky as long as you're killing them. That's kind of how Smite 2 works right now. And the Spirit of Death, so I'm pretty sure it's gaining percent pen next patch. So like, this damage should be even more insane. Not percent pen, sorry. Is it flat pen? I think it's flat pen actually. So like, this is insane. This is insane. I recommend this if you don't think, like, if you think that you need to be a little more tanky, you can always go to breastplate here. It's again cooldown. If you're a little more tanky, it helps you with the mana for the passive. Like, it's good. It's nice. It's a nice one. So this is the flex. If not, I recommend going the breastplate here. And then you are, unless they have more magicals. If they have like 3 magicals, I also recommend going Genji's. Not Genji, sorry. Gargoyle. I go Gargoyle here, and then I go breastplate. Something like this. Also, if I know that I need an Aegis, instead of going the breastplate here, I go Shell of Rebuke into Aegis Relic. And then my last items are something like if I need a bubble because I'm getting pulled, that's fine. Like this, all these items are super good. But I usually go just Spear Rope, so in case I get CC'd, I'm like quite tanky because the passive that gives you 40 physical or 40 magical extra protections, it's super nice. And then the last item, I usually like going Mantle again. If not, I go this. And if they have a bunch of physicals, I go this item last. Just because the extra damage does feel super nice. If there are like 3 or 4 physicals, you can always get away with this item. Again, it's just cooldown. So you want a lot of cooldown in this character. Like, all these items have cooldown pretty much, besides Speed Rope. So like, this one is super insane. You're a hyper carry with this character. And you have to believe it. Like, whenever you play this character, you can kill them all. Okay? So this is how you play Yemoja. You're not like a support. You're a hyper carry. So you just press buttons and kill them. Okay? We're gonna go with the next one. Next one is gonna be I think it's low key at I on like who's the first place. But I think for now we're gonna put this one as top 2. I think it's gonna be Cerberus. Cerberus was the top one before the Horus patch. So you guys can already guess who's gonna be our first place, I guess. And we are gonna go with the Conduit. Why Conduit? Because you one-shot the wave. It follows the same logic as playing Scylla. You clear the wave for your enemy, for your ADC, for your own ADC, and you are pretty much settled on like any fight. You can one-shot the wave when you have your one charge. You can half HP sometimes the enemy ADC at like level 9 because your 1 plus conduit does a lot of damage. It does a lot of damage. So that one's super insane. The other option that you can go here is Bluestone. Like, Bluestone is also good. I used to go Bluestone like almost every game because the Bluestone procs, but I think Conduit just has so much pressure, and pressure is super valuable right now in this meta. So I think it should be just a Conduit angle, like 90% of the time. It's super good. Just gotta remind yourself you are not tanky, but you do damage, okay? This is how you play Smite support on Smite 2 right now. Like, you have to be doing damage, or I don't think you have a lot of like value in the game. You don't have a lot of money again, so this is like your start. Only a chalice, just completely fine. Like, the chalice is just completely fine. Let's see. And usually, again, this follows the same logic as Scylla. Don't upgrade this till you have your 6 items. it doesn't really do a lot for you because the extra damage is like actually not. It's not gonna be a difference doing an extra damage than being tankier. Like you are. Is a super tanky character. There's one thing that you can do about this god, and it's skip your first item and just rush Shell first. Um, Shell gives you 20%, 20 magical and physical protections of each, which is it's good enough protections in the early game. The only and why you doing this just so you can rush Blink. You can always got this option. Uh, I recommend it. I recommend doing this when you tap and you see that they don't have bits. Like the enemy ADC when ages, the enemy mid laner when ages, the enemy jungler when blink or ages or whatever. If they did that, you should be doing this. If not, you can always just go the safe Stampede. I think Stampede is it's a super solid item. I put it on S tier on my tier list of items. It's super good. You can never go wrong with going with this item. You guys didn't really see it a lot on the last builds just because they're different type of gods. Like they're like those gods like I are like different in their builds, but like usually you can build a stampede on pretty much any support and it should work. You're never wrong with building a stampede with any support. And then here I recommend now rushing the shell. Here's when we rush it just because the blink ult on this character is super good. The blink stun on this character is super good. They close the gap to just like you can blink and breathe on somebody if they don't have mobility and they're like super slowed. You can do so many plays with this character. That's why it's super good. And that's why you do the shell rushes because it enables you to be super aggressive with your blink. That's why we're doing it. And then it's just gonna be screeching gargoyle angle 50 micro protections plus the cooldown rate. You have your 3 actives already. If you are playing supports, if you're playing the super role, you should be using a lot of actives. Unless again you're like a Scylla or like an Aphrodite. But you usually have like these 3 active items super early game. Just use them. They're good. And they help your team to do a lot. So now once you have this, what you want to do is like on team fights or like whatever. There's like a Gold Fury fight. Put themselves in this situation. You see like 3 people grouped up. Instead of just like blink ulting, you blink gargoyle in case they have like a jump or anything. You blink gargoyle and then you ult. Because that way you force beats for sure. You force beats for sure. And if they don't have beats, if they want ages, let's say there's an Agni, if you wanna blink ult, he has time to dash out. Because he's immune. He's placing immune with his dash. But if you blink gargoyle, he doesn't have time for it. You have time to pull him. That's why we're going this gargoyle. And then we are gonna be going to draconic scales. Perhaps a spear rope, depends on their CC. Usually there's like so many gods with CC in this game, so it should be like spear rope into mantle. I think you can build this with a lot of characters actually. I think this is pretty standard 3 last items. Draconic, Spirit, Mantle. I think this like is actually a pretty standard build once you have your 3 actives on like any support. I think you can never go wrong with these 3 items on your last 3 slots. It's pretty good. You can only swap it if they have like multiple ADCs. You can always go like let's see if I can find it. Okay. You can always go mid Guardian Mail. If they have like multiple ADC, multiple arrow attackers. If they have Mercury, of course, you can build Spectral Armor. Now Spectral is back with having some prots, which is pretty good. It really helps. It was a unbuildable item in my opinion, but now it's okay. So let's go ahead and talk about our first place, I guess. Our best god um, that we think it's gonna carry like the game no matter what. And it's of course gonna be Horus. I've been playing this god a lot. I've been playing on scrims, on rank, on tournaments. This god is insane. This god is just insane. He feels super smooth. He feels super strong. Uh, he does a lot of damage. His build is insane. His rotations are super insane. His initiation is super insane. His macro potential, because uh, there's a YouTube short that I made where I'm on like a mid tower, and then I just use the ultimate to bring my team and the minions for the backdoor protections to backdoor a right Phoenix. So like you can do everything with this god. You can do literally everything with this god. He's definitely the best support in my opinion right now. And our starter is gonna be the Bluestone into again the health one, and you should be able to have this and a multi potion with a shell. Shell is a must, like on every support. I know it's insane to talk about it, I guess. But like it is a must on like every support. Uh, so now we should have guess we can put the bluestone here, and we are gonna have a strange item, and you're gonna be like, "What? You're going damage?" Yes, I'm going item. I'm going damage here because your impact is super insane. Sometimes I don't go damage on comp. I just go like an stampede. That, but I think I really like going damage on most of my games. I go Runeforge because it's 45 range plus the 350 health that makes you kind of tanky. Uh, and the extra damage of the passive after you hard crowd control them. You have a stun, you have a knockup, you have another knockup on your ult. So like you should be proccing this item a lot. This extra damage does feel super insane. Um, you should be able to like two shot people. Like you don't kill them by yourself, but like if you're ganking dual lane your ADCs, which you just stun somebody if they don't have beats or ages, they just die. Like they die of like one combo of using your two and your one, like they just die. They just absolutely just get one shot and they cannot do anything about it unless they like stun you or like they jump out. Um so it feels like super insane. And then we're gonna do this shell rush again, so we can go blink and look for more plays again. There's interactions with hers that I'll show right now that I really like doing. I really like doing it. Let's go into practice very quick. So I show you guys very quick. Spy blink, level 1. We spawn somebody on this guy, and you can pretty much charge your one, and oh, I miss it. You charge your one, and you blink, and you get the instant up, and that catch people off guard a lot. It's super nice. I like it. You cannot like two blink because I tried it before. But it's a little flashy play that also catches people off guard. So you just don't blink to people. Sometimes that helps you more than just the blink two. Like that actually catches people off guard a lot. And it's a cool play. It's a cool play that I like doing it. In case you guys didn't know, you can do it. Now you know. So now we have this, we have that, and now we are gonna with the gargoyle. Even when they have a lot of physicals, unless they have 3 physicals and you're getting blasted by the ADC and jungler, I think you go gargoyle here so you can keep the CC chain and also reduce the protections. So of course, like the combo will be like 2, 1, and after they get knocked up, you gargle them so they cannot like dash out or like use any abilities. So they're CC'd for around 4 seconds. And 4 seconds is a long time. And your 4 item can be a lot of things. If you want to be more tanky, like if you generally want to be more tanky, you can go Dwarven Plate. This is a super selfish item. What it makes you super unkillable, like super unkillable. I used to go hardwood because you used to be able to use double dash, but like they changed hardwood, they rework it. But Dwarven Blade does feel super nice. That way you can also fill your third active slot. And then here is pretty much, again, a flex. Um, if they have multiple physicals, I like going Void Shield. I think it's a solid option, so let's put it here. Especially if you're playing a lot with your ADC. You CC them in front of your ADC, they have 10% less physical protection, so they're taking a lot of damage when you have this item. If not, I think it will be just like a classic spear rope. I also didn't mention this item a lot now that I think about it, but I'm glad I'm mentioning it now. There's a lot of Karens, there's a lot of Yemojas, there's E-sets. If they have these items, if they have these gods on the enemy team, I think Erosion is always a solid option instead of Spear Rope. On pretty much all the Spear Ropes that I showed before, so like don't forget about those. So it's just a quick reminder that this item exists, and I totally forgot about it because I'm dumb, guys. My bad. Sorry, guys. And then again, we are gonna be having this Mantle of Discord. Last, this item again, I'm gonna repeat it. Super insane, super good, and this should be your core build. I guess the only change here is Dwarven Blade. You can replace it for a couple things. Let's look at active items. Passive active. You can go a couple things. You can go if you want to appeal for your ADC and they don't have a lot of physical, you can go like double binding. If you think you have to tank like the enemy ADC's damage, you can go like Hide of Nemean. If you wanna like send it more, go Ragnar's Wake. Like you have a couple solid options here. Or if you just want a physical item here, you can always just go, right? It has cooldown, so it's good. But I think this build is pretty solid. I run it a couple times and I have been feeling unkillable, and I feel super useful. So I think that's gonna be it. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Don't forget to leave a like. And if you guys have any questions, anything, if you have a different opinion, you think I'm sleeping on any god, just put it in the comments and we can talk about it. I love talking about Smite. I love this game. So I'll see you guys in the next one. And bye bye.